Hello, kids, and welcome back. Yesterday, we saw an event, a control that was if then. Okay, so what we can do, we can use multiple if then statement altogether. Okay, but what happens that it is going to check all the conditions one by one and respond according to that. So what if I want, if a condition is met, it should leave all the others. So for that we have another control, that is if then else statement. So if statement 1 is met, it will forget about this else statement. Okay. So let's make a program from events when green flag clicked and forever. Okay, do what? Move 10 steps forward if on edge, bounce. Okay, and from direction we can choose our direction. Okay, simply when I'm going to click on it, it is going to move forward. I want to add next costume as well, so it seems walking. Okay, that was a simple program. Now my panda is moving from left to right continuously, okay, and bouncing when it's on edge. Now let's say if I want to say if it is touching my mouse pointer, okay, it is touching my mouse pointer, then do what? Say something, say hello for 1 second, okay, it says don't touch. Okay, so if I am going to play it, if I am touching it, it says don't touch. Next, I want another if then statement, and that's what where I want. If the panda is here, okay, let's say if my x position from motions, if my x position is greater than, let's say greater than 200, okay, if my x position becomes greater than 200, then it should say something, say wall ahead for 1 second. Okay, now what happens, it I'm playing my program, it says wall ahead when it is touching the wall. Okay, and if I am touching the mouse as well, it says don't touch wall ahead again. So it is using the both of these statements. I don't want that, I want it to use only one at a time. Okay, I don't want it to say two things at a time, I want it to say one thing at a time only. So in that condition I am going to use if then statement. Okay, so if it is touching the mouse pointer, it will say don't touch, and if it is touching it is has is it on x position more than 200, it will say wall ahead. In this condition it is not going to say both things together. Let's play it. It says wall ahead. Okay, So if I am touching it, don't touch. Okay, I am bringing my mouse here. It says wall ahead and it is not saying don't touch. Okay, let's see. And it has forgot about the wall ahead. Why is that? Because now it sees one condition, and when it sees this condition is met, that it is touching mouse pointer, it says don't touch and it forgets about else. This is important thing, this sequence. It will always priority the sequence number 1 and forget about the sequence number 2. Now I am going to change the sequence here. This one, if this comes first of all, and this becomes in the second condition. Okay, so let's see what happens if both. Okay, when its condition is more than 200, it will forget about the mouse pointer and it is not saying anything about the don't touch. Okay, so that's why we use if then else statement when we want something to happen, and if something else is happening it should forget about it. That's why how we use if then statement with if then else statement. Now the most important thing is that why we do that, why do we want that. First of all, it is used when two incidents cannot happen at the same time. Okay, it will avoid the conflict, it is faster and cleaner, and it is easy to debug, right? And it will skip else if the first condition is met. That's why we use if then else statement rather than two if then statements. That's all for today. Bye bye now. See you in the next module.